Hello everyone, and welcome to another Company Heroes 2 replay cast. My name is ATR, and today we're gonna have ourselves a 1v1 on Minsk Pocket. Our heroes today are going to be Mr. VonIvan, playing as the US forces in the yellow. And his opponent in the pink or purple trunks is going to be Mr. Insane C++, otherwise known as DevM, playing as the Ostir, or Wehrmacht faction. Should be a great game between these two guys. But while the game gets underway, I will remind you that I am once again giving away 5 keys for the British Forces trial period, so you could test it out. I'm going to do it again the same way as I did it in the last replay, and I'm going to be putting them down here by the player bars every 5 minutes. Now, obviously, we noticed on the last game that I wasn't able to keep and pay enough attention to type it into the game every 5 minutes. So I'm not going to do that this time around. I'm just going to go ahead and do what I did and just edit it in and put in the key down there. So if I notice that we're around the 5 minutes, I'll just remind you. But yeah, we're going to be giving 5 keys again. So yeah, every 5 minutes, you'll see 1 key down there. First come, first serve. Good luck to you all. And yeah, hopefully you'll enjoy the Brits. So, let's see what's been going on in the pocket of Minsk. We have VonIvan going for rifles, and more rifles. Rifles currently up here in the northern point, being able to capture the point, even though none of them were actually standing in there. It's kind of an interesting scenario. We've also seen situations where there's clearly a unit inside the point, but nobody's actually capping. The thing is that I think that's actually just on the replay side, because this exact arrangement is not always going to be the case. If you rewatch the replay, the way that they set up in the cover might actually not be exactly the same. I've noticed that a little bit. Anyways, DevM for his part has gone Grens, and more Grens. Did get him, of course, an MG42, because, yeah, you pretty much always want to get an MG42. But he went for tier 1 and is currently getting 3 Grens out in the field to combat those 3 rifles. So currently, DevM has, I guess, the upper hand with those units. But we now see VonIvan. Don't know why I moved away from the engagement. VonIvan going for the armor company and calling in an assault engineer squad. So that is interesting. Left hand side, got an engagement here. Grens and rifles engaging relatively close. The rifles should be able to win that engagement, even though they will take some losses there. But yeah, the Grens are outgunned there. On the right-hand side, we of course saw an engagement as the rifles lost. They're currently still retreating back to base, but they didn't take too much damage. Only 1 man lost, so not that big a deal. And Gren squad moving up into the center, taking some more shots from the rifles, but again, not that big deal so far. Rifles setting up on the other side of the hedgerow. Well, not really hedgerow, because it's not really a row, but just waiting there for the Grens to come up. They actually do, but a second Gren squad comes up on the flank, has them on the wrong side of the cover, so they are forced to retreat, as they do take some extra damage there, and of course could very quickly be overwhelmed here. Combat engineers do get upgraded with flamethrowers, going to be pushing forward and assaulting here on those Grens. Do have an MG42 covered, oh well, already set up to cover them. But the MG42 unable to get shots off on them. Flamethrower does go off, but it is currently being shot at by 2 Gren squads on each side. So it may actually go down to 1 man, forced to retreat. Very healthy 1 man, but, well, thankfully, VonIvan was set up for a good flank here on the MG42. Rifles getting right on top of the squads. Managing to bring the Gren squad down to 1 man, almost taking it out, but are forced to retreat as the MG42 turns its gun on them. So small skirmishes all over the place. We saw a rifle squad die for VonIvan, which I missed it, so let me write it down. So you probably already saw when it happened. As he builds another one to replace his loss. Is he building any additional tech? Yes, he is. We see the, no, over here. Aha, the captain actually coming down for VonIvan. Interesting. Just going to turn to that. Does have access to a lot of anti-tank in the way of the M10 Wolverine, so, you know, it doesn't necessarily need the AT gun, but I guess it's always a good choice. I'm assuming, though, he's going for the captain to get an early Stewart. Probably. MG42 on the left-hand side, catching a rear echelon squad. Sweeper's already activated on the rear echelon squad, so Definitely not a combat unit anymore. Forced to retreat. Takes a couple hits there, but quite fine. Back at base, we see tier 2 having gone down for Devem. So we'll see what he fields from that. But he did get 4 Grents onto the field and an MG42 from his early tech. VonIvan being pretty able to match almost man by man. Did have to replace, of course, that rifle squad, which who knows how it died, although I guess you know, right? Captain now on the field. Gonna be trying to get, I guess, a little bit of a flank here on those Grents. Big push in the center. Rifle squad and combat engineers pushing straight through the center with a flamethrower. MG42 trying to reposition itself as the captain breaks through the line and comes up behind it. MG42 is forced to pack up and, well, backpedal a little bit. It's not currently retreating. No, there it goes. The retreat's making sure that the retreat path leads it away from the infantry, making sure that that MG does not fall into the hands of the U.S. forces. And Devem is essentially pushed off the field completely. Even a Grand Squad on the far left-hand side engaging against these rifles, just to make it out of there. Pack gun now being produced for Mr. Devem. Preemptive pack gun. I mean, of course, he does know that the captain is in the field, so he can expect... Yeah, I mean, it's a safe assumption. Obviously, it doesn't necessarily have to be the case. It all depends on the player, but yeah, if you see the captain, it's a safe bet to say that a steward will probably be coming up not too far behind. So, VonIvan builds the steward as the pack is getting fielded right now. Should be getting fielded. Sorry. Right now, there it goes. And on the far right-hand side, we see a Pio squad capturing some territory. Yes, it actually kind of gets flanked here. We see a combat engineer, no, assault engineer, sorry, coming up behind them. Going to be decapping some points. Let's say, I guess this is where the rifle squad died, as we see a lot of corpses there. Rear echelon squad capturing the point there. What was it? Was it an S minefield? By the way it looks, it may have been an S minefield. I don't know why I'm theorizing here or wondering. I mean, of course, you saw how it died, so, you know, it doesn't actually matter. It's dead, and that's it. So, assault engineer squad catching the Pios out in the open. Flamethrower burst going off, getting a good amount of damage in there on that Pio squad. Does have a Grand squad coming up behind it with an LMG, doing a lot of damage to the engineer squad, but the Pios are forced to retreat. Rifles closing the distance, getting on top of that LMG, taking a lot of damage here at close range. Down to 3 men. They look like to be trying to catch the Pio squad on the retreat, but do not manage to do so. Flamethrower continues to go off on the Grand squad as the Grand squad forces the retreat of the rifles. Down to 1 man. Can they actually pick up the kill on it? No, they can't, apparently. Left-hand side, Steward does push and gets the Grand squad to retreat. Rifle squad behind it, getting some good damage in there. So it looks like a Grand squad may be going down here to the Steward, unless it whiffs. No, it doesn't whiff. Gets a nice shot. Pack gun did get a nice shot on the Steward itself. Bring it down to about 60% health. Yeah, like about 30% damage. Is currently caught between the lines. Going to be moving its way all the way through the front of the base and probably exiting through the right-hand side. That's the pack gun. Oh, pack gun takes a shot. Misses, though. VonIvan manages to keep his steward intact. Combat engineers. What are they doing? Oh, laying down a demo charge. Ooh, very nice there for VonIvan. I don't know why I keep calling them combat engineers. I guess I'm used to that. Pack gun moving up to the right-hand side. Going to be, again, trying to catch that steward on the retreat. May be able to actually hit it, but steward is still healthy enough that I don't think it's actually going to matter too much. Combat engineer squad retreats, passes through, and the steward makes its way back home. So VonIvan successfully what's the word? Exfiltrate? Damn it, there's no X word. What's the X word? It's not exfoliate. VonIvan successfully exfoliates his steward. Extracts, I guess? Whatever. Anyway, so yeah, he makes it out with the steward, so a good win there for VonIvan. Catches a kill on the squad, so it forces Devem to replace it to keep his numbers up there. Victory point-wise, doesn't actually matter. 489 to 462, so pretty much anybody's game when it comes to that. Combat engineers, wow, those are not even close to being any of that. Grenadiers for Devem, capturing on the left-hand side. As we see more rifles pushing forward, we have the MG42 moving around to support it. So the rifles are probably going to lose this engagement. They take some shots and reveal themselves. MG42 going to be setting up to approach. Grant's moving into intercept, making sure that they don't get all the way up to the MG. And the MG sets up in a bit of a risky angle there. Almost gets itself cut off. A smoke bomb does go off there by the rifles, cutting off the line of sight of the MG42, and a masterful move there for VonIvan. Manages to pretty much push away all the squads, all the troops here for Devim on the left-hand side with just a single rifle squad. So that's actually kind of impressive. Two Grand Squads, though, are going to be moving on the left-hand side to respond, and will, of course, be winning the engagement if it's only by themselves. Far right-hand side, though, we do see the Steward going to be running into the Pio Squad. Pio Squad may actually be going down here to the Steward if it doesn't retreat right away. It's not retreating currently, but the rifle squad in the left-hand side was forced away because, well, it was outnumbered. Captain is nearby, still holding its position. Pio squad down to 2 men. And it looks like the demo charge... Was it cleared? I think that was one of the things that got changed, right? That you can now actually defuse them or something like that? I forget. Well, I'll take a look at that, and if nothing happened, I mean, you're probably not going to see anything. I guess I'll, you know... Demo by the 11. I'll make sure I put a note there for myself. Anyways, left-hand side, Grand Squad with LMG trying to hold the line as we see rifles pushing forward with the support of the captain. Grand Squad will be going down as these rifles are set up in some light cover, so they're not taking too much damage, and they are, of course, being supported by a lot of weapons. Grenadier Squad getting cut off here by the captain. Does have a rifle squad behind it to support. Captain does take some damage. Down to 3 men. The captain himself has been killed, so no Thompson, so it's only bazookas and 1 Garand. Rifle squad's moving up behind and going to be supporting even more. Grenade is on the field. Grenade does go off. Right in front of the Grens, though, so it's not going to do too much damage. Well, the bazookas did. Wow, that actually hurt. But yeah, the grenade landed in front of the sandbags, so that actually made it so that they didn't take that much damage. It was a pretty good grenade, but oh well. Devim goes for the mobile defense doctrine, very popular doctrine nowadays, getting himself a Puma on the field. Puma, of course, on the field to try contest and respond to the Steward, but the rifle squad over here gets itself killed off on the retreat. A little bit too ballsy there for VonIvan. Does, of course, go and replace that rifle squad again. Both players wanting to keep those numbers up. We see a Panzer Grenadier squad now on the field for Devim. Currently moving over to the right-hand side, being supported by the Steward, not Steward, the Puma, as the Steward moves out of the way and is actually going to move to the left-hand side. So, VonIvan doing a pretty good job at keeping that Steward alive. It's actually, you know, doing a decent amount of work. 5 kills, you know, simply by the fact that it killed off a Grand Squad by itself. It's actually more than enough already. Ooh, nice hit there. What do I hear shooting? I don't know. Sounded like an MG, but MG's way back here. Oh, okay, so there's a combat engineer squad in the center. LMG's opening up on the assault engineers, damn it. And we see more demo charges on the field for Mr. VonIvan. Demo charge down here. Didn't we see a demo charge somewhere else? Or was that the same demo charge I was looking at? Yeah, I think that's the same one. Saw the other one over here, but that one's gone. Panzer Grenadiers on the right-hand side capping the victory point. We see a push here by Pios. Sweeper on sweeper action. Would be cool if we had melee and company heroes too. We could like smack each other with a sweeper. See who actually won. Puma moving up, being horrible against infantry. And, well, it does, of course, force a retreat. Rifles on the left-hand side. Going to be capturing some more points. There's nothing on the left-hand side for Devim as he pushed everything to the right to respond to the rear echelons. And look, we do have an ambulance on the field for VonIvan as it's going to try and heal up whatever it can. Weapons getting bought for Mr. VonIvan. Gets the weapon racks activated, and we see bars now getting purchased for a rear echelon squad. He got a second rear echelon squad, which is, I'm not entirely sure why, but I guess that's okay. I don't know. Replaced his rifle squad anyways, so yeah, I mean, he just has more troops. Oh, nice demo charge going off in the center. Clears off the MG42. MG42 down to about 30% health. We see our Grand Squad dashing towards us as the combat assault engineers try to go for the weapon, but no, it does not look like they're going for the weapon. They're trying to just pass through the smoke unnoticed and get right on top of whatever team wants to recrew that. Nice flank coming up here as the captain comes up behind everything. The bazooka should help out against the Puma. Rifle squad forced to retreat as it recovers the MG42. MG42 now stolen, hits the retreat, and a nice little mission success there for Mr. VonIvan. Captain behind the lines, getting some good damage in there on the infantry. And the squad got wiped out. What was that? Rear echelon squad went down at one point. Probably over here on the right-hand side? Yeah, probably. So center map, the captain is still engaging here as the Puma and everything else is shooting at it. Down to 2 men, forced to retreat. Let's catch the echelon at the about 15-minute mark. Yeah. As we see the M10 Wolverine hitting the field, the main gun destroyed on the Puma. Oh, Stewart does go down though to the pack gun, but the pack gun itself goes down to the rifles, and the rifles take the gun and are gonna make away with it. Nice little shock push here by VonIvan. Really masterful, if I say so. Command tank now in the field for Devim. Not exactly what he wants against the Wolverine, especially now that he does not have an AT gun on the field. VonIvan being very aggressive. No, decides, you know, let's exercise caution a little bit here. I hit him pretty hard. I took out his AT gun, stole his AT gun, in fact, and took out his Puma in one blow. Sure, I lost my Steward, but still gives me the upper hand. Pack gun may actually be cleared off here, but it's pretty far into enemy territory, so it's going to be difficult for Devim to take it back. Does have the Panzer Grenadiers here, so they could actually go for it. The Wolverine is nearby. And they do go for the steal, so there we go. The pack gun falls back into the hands of Mr. Devim, and the Wolverine gets its engine damage as it gets fausted by the Grens. Pack gun still decides not to take a shot at the Wolverine as it limps away, because it knows that there's infantry running straight at its face. Still, the MG42 did get stolen in that engagement, so that's, again, still a win for VonIvan. Pretty cool back and forth, though. Command tank trying to hold off the infantry as they approach. MG42 now setting up behind them to fight against its former brothers in arms. Combat engineers, assault engineers, damn it, with the flamethrower getting right on top of that pack gun, maybe trying to clear it off. Bazookas on the captain, trying to do as much damage as it can to the Panzer IV. Panzer IV taking some good shots in there. Assault engineers, though, forced to retreat as the Panzer IV is pretty good against infantry, and it does a decent amount of damage. The Wolverine is still not in effect right now. It's still getting repaired by the weapon crew. I mean, not the weapon crew, the vehicle crew. As you can see, it's currently out there. The Panzer IV took a lot of damage there to the captain, forced to retreat, but it is down to about 25% strength, maybe. Wolverine in station now, pushing forward. The MG42 still trying to hold the line against all the infantry, rear echelons, and everything else forced to retreat. The Wolverine going for the crush. Oh, manages to crush 2 of them as they split off. Goes away as it got a good amount of death there. MG42 is away, well, forced to retreat though, makes it away, but that's pretty evil there from VonIvan going for the crush. But that is the thing with the Wolverines. They're actually, you know, kind of indirectly pretty good against infantry, because even though their gun is designed against tanks, their threats and tank itself is pretty fast, so it's actually pretty good at crushing. That's actually how it's always been. I remember Vico, the Wolverines back there, were also pretty good at crushing. So I don't think these one have the misfire effect, right? Where they shoot but don't actually shoot. Pretty annoying back in the Vico. Anyways, so center map, we see VonIvan pushing again, not wanting to let off on the pressure here. Rifle squad trying to go over to the right-hand side, but only managing to get itself shut up a little bit. Forced to retreat as the LMGs push forward. Devim not wanting to give too much ground, going to be pushing into the center. Has actually captured a lot of the map. We see right now on the right-hand side, the rear echelon squad trying to recover some territory, as the Panzer Grenadiers are going to the left-hand side to, you know, cover territory themselves. So, well, good pushing there for VonIvan. It's not exactly the you know, the win all or anything. It's still pretty even. Victory points though are 480 for VonIvan, while Devim has been brought down to 333. So there's a bit of a gap there, but still, you know, that can easily turn around. Center map, point getting capped. So there we go. The victory points are going to shoot in the other direction. Panzer Grenadier squad forced to retreat by the Assault Engineers. It's actually kind of surprising. Not sure how they managed that, but well, they do have a flamethrower and pretty good SMGs, so depending on the positioning that they get, they can actually do a lot of damage. Grand Squad pushing up to the north, getting all the way to the fuel point, going to be decapping that and potentially capping it. There's nothing right now there that can stop them. We see infantry flooding out of the base right now for VonIvan, as his riflemen need to get reinforced. Far right-hand side, the rear echelon squad getting shot down by the LMGs. The Grens for Devim have a lot of veterancy on them. We have 3 veterancy 3s and 1 veterancy 2, so probably not even that far away. Yeah, more than halfway there. So that's a lot of veterancy, a lot of power. The rifles for VonIvan aren't quite there. Veterancy 2s at most. Captain being the veterancy 3. Panzer IV getting caught over here on the far left-hand side by the Wolverine. However, the Wolverine does have the support of the pack gun. The pack gun is unable to shoot at it, as it was expecting it to chase it down, but it looks like it did not fall for the bait. Gets some shots off on the Panzer IV and forces it to back off. Captain engaging its afterburners as it runs forward, but only to retreat as it gets engaged by a lot of infantry. And we see a sniper on the field for Devim. That's amazing. That is a very interesting choice, considering getting a sniper at this stage of the game. Wow. Sorry, that's the wrong thing. How do I do this? I selected and it's control 1. There you go. I think I hit alt. Anyway, so yeah, we see a sniper on the field for Devim of all things. I mean, of course, he is fucking surging with the sniper and is masterful. We've already seen that before. It's interesting that he decided not to get that earlier. But yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. So, left-hand side, the vehicle crews trying their best to repair the tank very close to the edge of the range of the sniper. Sniper is currently focusing, though, on the rifle squad in the center, as it is, of course, forced to retreat there as the sniper is just taking them down one by one. A lot of infantry pushing forward. The Panzer Grenadiers could actually finish off the squad here on the retreat. Can they actually get enough damage in there? I don't think they will, but that is quite a threat there. We see another Wolverine coming onto the field for VonIvan, so it looks like he wants to have a little bit of a bigger punch there. Probably be able to take out that Panzer IV command tank in an engagement rather than having to chase it down. So we'll see what impact that has. Grand Squad getting engaged in the center there by the Wolverine. Wolverine not really going to do too much, as the Assault Engineers on the right-hand side have gotten veterancy too. What do they have? Repair time, electrocritical. So, squad survivability and weapon control under fire. Cool. They do get some defensive bonuses. Center map, rear echelon squad capping. Sniper just taking aim and picking names. Or, like... I don't think I said that right. Anyways, rear echelon squad in the center may actually be going down here. The sniper could potentially take out a shot. Nope, does not manage to get a shot before they move out of range. But we got 7 kills so far on the sniper. It's going to be doing a lot of work here. Wolverine on the left-hand side. Pack gun moving up to try to push it away. Right-hand side, we do have another Wolverine, so VonIvan is able to recover a lot of territory. MG42 currently set up to stop any approaches on the far right-hand side. We do have... we do have a rifle grenade going off there by that Grand Squad. MG42 gets hit pretty hard, but it's still at about half, so it's okay. More demo charges on the field. Combat engineers continue to push forward. Damn it, assault engineers continue to push forward. Incendiary rounds getting activated on the MG42 here for VonIvan, as we see a big stutter here in the game, and it just stays there. What the hell happened? No! Oh. Ah, fuck. There we go. Okay, well. I don't know what happened there. I stopped responding, but thankfully it is back in working order, so I'll cut off that weirdness, but obviously I'm still going to acknowledge it. Panzer IV command tank does go down, as the Wolverine combos do hit it pretty hard and manage to get it killed. We do see the engine getting taken out there for the Wolverine there on the lead, but a big hit there by VonIvan, as the MG42 on the right-hand side gets flanked here by the Grens, which is what we were looking at before we froze. And ooh, we see another Wolverine for Mr. VonIvan. Puma on the field, trying to get as much damage as it can on that M10. The M10 is not even able to return fire on the Puma before the Puma eliminates it. Fine, I can accept that. That was pretty cool for the Puma. Second Wolverine has taken a lot of damage. It does not have an engine, but it does have another Wolverine there to support it, so the Puma is running itself into its death. Gonna probably be able to take out, maybe? Oh, manages to take out the second Wolverine, so pretty good there for VonIvan. Not VonIvan, for Devem. Oh, and the Puma seems to be wanting to make an escape. Can he actually make it out of there? The Wolverine is chasing it down. Can he get a shot off? Oh, it doesn't look like he can. No, yes. Oh, yes it does. There it goes, out of control. Pack gun turns itself around. Puma returns fire before it dies. And the Wolverine has taken quite a bit of damage. The pack gun is going to be turning itself to face it. Can it get another shot off on its ass? Maybe. No. No. Yes. Maybe. No. No. The pack gun unable to return any fire. But we see that the captain did go down on the left-hand side. I'll note that in the meantime. Captain. There we go. For VonIvan. During that engagement. Sniper still on the field. 8 kills so far. I would care to wager that at least one of those kills was part of the captain. And VonIvan going to be pushing out again. Vehicle crew popping out to repair the tank. And the pack gun gets cleared out. How? Well, on the right-hand side, looks like the assault engineers managing to do a lot of damage. Panzer Grenadiers getting on top of the assault engineer squad, doing a lot of damage with their assault rifles, managing to break them this time and force a retreat down to 1 man. But it looks like they're going to make it out of there just fine. And the pack gun, it's actually pretty strong. Not a lot of damage on it, so it should be fine. Oof. Oof, that was so close. Almost gets it detonated there and kills. Sniper forced to retreat from the center map as the rifle squad pushes up on top of it. Grenades going off by VonIvan, not managing to hit too much. We'll see. Let me do a note there on what happened on the demo charge in North. Who knows when it happened? I'll put a note on here, remind myself. And yeah. More Wolverines getting called onto the field for VonIvan, so it looks like he's just going to be continuously producing those. Working pretty well. I mean, he manages to take out all the vehicle threats for Devem, but he still has to deal with the infantry. MG42 pinning down the Panzer Grenadiers. Almost getting the pin on the Grens, but the Grens managing to crawl themselves out of the way. Gren's not going to be turning themselves around and getting some shots on the MG42 as the MG42 shoots them almost point blank, forcing the retreat, and the weapon team is able to stay there. Rear echelon squad on the left-hand side with its bars able to push. Actually, no, that's still the other way. Getting some shots off on the retreating Panzer Grenadiers as the rifle squad moves in to support them, and the Grens are going to be pushing up right on top of everybody. Oof. Rifle squad on the right-hand side taking some damage to something. Maybe a mine of some sort. Shoe mine, maybe? We see Devem getting pushed all the way back to the base. Doesn't have anything on the field right now. Big push over to the right-hand side as the Grens try and go for the... I don't know what they were trying to go for, but the pack gun is trying to get some hits there on the Wolverine. The Wolverine really not too worried here. Grenade does go off on the pack gun, gets a nice hit. Does a lot of damage there to the health of them, but they're actually quite fine. Smoke grenade does go off by the rifle squad, but it does get pinned, so it's going to take a while for them to break that pin. And the Wolverine is actually able to make its way out of there as the pack gun just dances around and moves back. Rifles breaking the suppression, getting right on top of the pack gun. The pack gun may actually be going down here, although it's very unlikely that it gets stolen. May actually be destroyed here if something moves up. Probably not, though, as we see 2 Grand Squads and a Panzer Grenadier squad getting right on top of those rifles. Bundle grenade going off on the rifle squad. They hit retreat, and the guns are gonna fire. They're gonna do a lot of damage to the rifle squad on the retreat, but yeah, they should be fine. Oof, a lot of damage. Sniper on the field, taking some more hits. Well, taking some more shots, really. As the rear echelon squad down to one man, forced to retreat. Assault engineers laying down another demolition charge. Move out of the way as the Wolverine pushes forward. Another stutter there on the game, which I don't know why it happens. Oh, going for the crush. Gets two of them, but the Grens are able to hit retreat before they all get crushed under the threats. And the Grens just sit there in front. Assault engineers going to be pushing forward. The sniper is set up. Going to take some shots. There it goes. Veteran C2 has been acquired for the sniper, so it now has access to the infamous double tap. And it's not going to do it right now because you do need a decent amount of munitions, 45, so. We have 200 points remaining. Panzer Grenadier squad getting pushed around and almost crushed there by the Wolverine, forced to retreat, so VonIvan just, you know, he's being a big meanie, basically. Grens running into another Wolverine. The Wolverine growls a little bit, pushes forward, but then backs off. All the infantry for VonIvan is currently back at base, so there's really nothing on the field for him to cap with, but he does have a triple cap still going. 413 points left for VonIvan, 177 for Devim, so he could actually get the win here by victory points now. Assault engineers back at base. Rifles moving out of the base. And everything in your face. MG42 going to be moving up, probably setting up in the heavy cover there of that destroyed Puma. Devim going for tier 4. Interesting choice. What is he going to get from tier 4? I mean, I guess it's a Panther, maybe? But isn't that kind of just feeding it to the Wolverines? Panzer Warfare, maybe? Just to try to stop the infantry? I don't know. It's going kind of weird, but we'll see. Infantry pushes in the center. Grenade going off on those Grens. They manage to crawl out of the way. Sniper taking some more shots at everything as it moves. Smoke grenade getting popped right in front of everything. Nice usage there of smoke for VonIvan. As he continues to push forward, the sniper going to get caught there out in the open. Going to have to retreat or get itself killed. Shots continue to fly at the sniper. Sniper taking a lot of damage. Hits retreat. Can it make it out? Yeah, it can. MG42 set up behind to stop everything. Grens down to 1. Panzer Grenadiers forced to retreat. Pack guns forced to back off, and they're currently kind of cut off there from their retreat path. One pack gun will be making it out through the other side of the hedge, but this one is backed up against the corner, so it's probably going to be going down. Grenade does fly, hits right on top of the pack gun, and boom, there goes the pack gun. Rifles could be going for the steal. They go for the steal, and the rifle squad retreats. The sniper is not currently in range to take a shot, and the Grens push forward. The Grens going to be trying to stop the retreating pack gun, managing to do so, managing to move it only a little bit forward. Could be destroyed there by the Wolverine if it wanted to, but Wolverines are currently just set up behind as a defensive measure. LMGs on the Grens doing a lot of damage there to the rifles. Almost takes out the entire squad as the sniper tries to get itself in range of that lone sniper, but that lone rifle, but it does not manage to do so. Grens recovering the stolen pack gun, gonna have to retreat, get some reinforcements going. But yeah, I mean, VonIvan still controls pretty much the entire map. Demo charge in the center. We do not have sweepers anymore on the field for Devim. Gren squad capturing it on the side, so nobody's actually going to be moving right on top of it. Vehicle crew. Ooh, playing a very risky game there as they were outside of the vehicle. Get shut up a little bit there, but they managed to pop in before they lose anybody. Which is one thing you have to keep in mind. It happened to me, so... you don't actually need to lose the entire vehicle crew. You only need to lose, like, I don't know if 2 members? I think you can still do it with 3 only, but yeah, like, if you don't have enough men, even if the crew is still alive, you can't actually get back into the vehicle, so that can actually suck. You'll be there, like, essentially unable to recrew your vehicle and just give it to the enemy, so keep that in mind. Be careful. Panzer Grenadiers on the left-hand side, forced to retreat as again they get threatened to be crushed there by a Wolverine. Right-hand side of Wolverine is apparently just sitting around waiting. We do have a assault engineer squad set up to engage, or hiding, as the Grand Squad captures the victory point. Wolverine going to be trying to go for another crush. Grand Squad trying to spread out as much as it can, now getting chased around. Faust is going to be going off on the Wolverine, so the Wolverine is Still gonna go for the crush. Catches one of the Grens. And the Assault Engineer squad pops out. Oh! Double crush there. Down to one man. Forces a retreat. That is just so fucking mean. Panther on the field for Devim. So yeah, looks like he wanted to get that. Try and combat all those numbers of Wolverines. Wolverine currently hiding behind this piece of hedge. Gonna be caught in a bad place here by the Puma. Not the Puma, the Panther. Panther getting a nice shot there on the Wolverine. The Wolverine gonna try and hide itself maybe behind this house. Gets itself a little bit caught there on the structure. Main gun destroyed. So the vehicle is probably gonna be decrewed. Nope. It's gonna sacrifice the crew and to sacrifice the entire vehicle. Which I guess is fine. Assault Engineer squad going to be stopping the victory point decap over here, as the rear echelon squad also helps out against the Grens. Victory points are still in control here for VonIvan, so even though Devim did get his Panther, and this squad may actually go down, victory point losses are very quickly going off. It's unable to go for the center point. We see an MG42 holding the center point. The sniper going to be moving up, trying to break there. But I think this actually may be it for Devim. Incendiary rounds getting popped there on the MG42, getting a pin down on that Panzer Grenadier squad, making sure it's not in position. And 15 points are left for Devim as the Assault Engineers pop out of the house, get themselves right on top of that, unable to stop the decap of the point. 10 points remain. 2 points per tick. That's 5 ticks. Center point is not going to be able to be capped on time. I think this is it. Yeah, I think this may be it. Yeah, this is actually it. There's no way you can live. Oh! Demo charge goes off. GG by VonIvan, GG by Devim. And the game ticks down to a close. And that is all she wrote. Pretty fucking good. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the game. If you have any positive or negative remarks, go ahead and leave them in the comment section below. If you have any replays you want to send me, go ahead and send them to the email that I will put in the description. But otherwise, I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.